Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. I have another tag here for you. This is the Reader's Problem tag, and I was tagged by Renetta over at TheReadingSpace, and I didn't even know. She sent me a message, and it went into my spam folder. That's kind of irritating. So she tagged me back in April. Renetta, I'm sorry I did not get to this sooner, but I'm doing it now. Okay, the original creator is About to Read, and I will link to her and Renetta in the description box below. And here we go. You have 20,000 books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? Well, I don't really pay attention to my TBR if we're talking about Goodreads, because I choose from my library, and it also depends if there's buddy reads, if there's readathons, if there's TBR takedowns, if there's whatever. So I just really choose from here. And I did a video on how I cleaned up my TBR on Goodreads. Yeah, so. Number 2, you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? I used to be committed, like a few years back, and I would struggle through that book and I would finish that book. I have so many books that it's going to be a lot better than to struggle through one that I am not enjoying. So at present time, I no longer struggle through a book. If I'm not feeling the book, I'm not going to read it. Life is too short and there's too many books to get read. Number 3, the end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away from your Goodreads challenge. Do you try to catch up, and how? Well, I'm at 100 books for the year is what I chose for my challenge, and I think I'm 15 books ahead, and I've not been behind for the 4 years I've been on Goodreads. So yeah, I can't answer that one. The covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? Well, I actually even talked about this in the Tuesday Talks, and yeah, I usually hang on to them while I'm reading them and decide and maybe replace it. It just depends on if I like the book or the series or not. Yeah. Okay, number 5, everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? I guess anybody who didn't like the book either. Yeah. Number 6, you're reading a book and you're not about to start crying in public. How do you deal? Usually I just really don't care if I'm reading a book and I need to get teary-eyed, then I just get teary-eyed and people have to deal with it. That's the way I see that. If a book hits me emotionally, then you just go with the flow. Number 7, a sequel of a book you love just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book? Skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration. Usually that depends on the time frame. Like if it's been a long time in between, then I usually will go back and reread it. If it's not been that long and I still have some pretty coherent memories of the book, then I will just read the sequel. I won't skip the sequel and I won't get frustrated. It'll just be one or the other. Number 8, you do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people nope when they ask? If a person has borrowed before and it was not happy with it, then I just say sorry, no. I really don't let people borrow my books unless it's family, and that's generally the only ones. Otherwise, I don't really have, a lot of people asking me because I don't put it out there, hey, borrow my books. Okay, number 9, reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? I don't really get in a lot of reading slumps because I choose books for the month that I'm really feeling that I want to read. And, if I'm really reading feeling slumpy over a book, then I'll just put that book down. And, I'll pick up another book that's, more upbeat, or maybe the other one I put down was too upbeat, so I'll read something that's a little more calm. But I don't have a whole lot of reading slumps. Number 10, there are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? I really don't. If books are hyped up, I let them be hyped up. And when the hype is down, then maybe I'll read it. But most of the time, hyped up books are young adult. I don't read as much young adult as I read adult. And the young adult book has to be fantastic for me to want to read it. And a lot of people on BookTube are great at making you think that they're fantastic. So for me, I let the hype die down before I ever buy any of them. Number 11, after you bought the new books you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? Well, they can sit there for a little while, a year, maybe more, just depends. If I buy the book for a buddy read, then obviously I read it now. Yeah, but I am guilty. I buy books and they sit on my shelves forever, but I do get to them eventually. I will have this entire library read. I promise. So, I am taking 4 people. I'm taking Gina over in Cold Lit. Please help me speak. Nisty over at Lit Pixie. Patty at I Smell Books. And Kesha over at Kesha Forsaken. Ladies, if you have not done this, tag. Please do. And then let me know that you did it, and I will come watch. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.